A bill signed by Governor Phil Scott last month limits offenders convicted of certain serious crimes from earning time off their sentence. Well, brave testimony from victims played a big role in getting the bill through this legislative session. State House reporter Devin Bates joins us live in the studio now with the story. Devin?
Yeah, Lauren, the earned time rule allows inmates to get up to 7 days off their sentence each month they meet a set of requirements. Taylor FONTAINE is a Vermont teacher and a survivor of sexual assault who testified in front of a packed courtroom at 13 years old. Years later, that trauma was reopened when she learned her attacker could be released early under the earned time rule, and once again, she spoke out. We're using her name because she wants her story to be told.
They needed to make a change to make sure that victims were protected and that the state of Vermont shows that they have victims' backs.
When the initial earned time rule took effect in January as part of the larger Justice Reinvestment Bill in Vermont, victims of serious crimes were largely in the dark about its details, including Taylor FONTAINE and her family, as well as Joanne and Ned Winterbottom, who lost their daughter Laura in 2005 when she was kidnapped, raped, and murdered in Burlington. Both families testified because the sudden possibility of a serious offender's early release was devastating.
Sharing any story for a victim is really hard because we never feel like we're going to be believed. So it meant a lot that they believed us.
It's been very emotional for all of us, even as a family, because you end up revisiting everything that you went through before, trying to fight for your rights again.
Weeks after that testimony, changes were brought forth that barred serious offenders whose cases have already gone through the judicial process from shortening their sentence. Those facing charges for a serious crime after this bill goes into effect, however, would be offered a pathway to make their case for earned time, striking a balance with the rule's initial intent.
This, I think, was a good compromise where we ended up. I think the policy that underlies this law, the good time law, is a good policy, something I support. But we had to make sure that we're touching all the bases and making sure that we're talking to everybody who will be impacted by it.
The testimony of both the Fontaines and the Winterbottoms left Senate Judiciary Chair Dick SEARS and colleagues struck by their bravery.
Makes you realize, and you don't want to force them to relive that trauma. And so I think S18 is a good example of the legislature and the Attorney General and everyone who worked on that bill coming together to say, you know, we've got to make sure that these victims' voices are heard.
Now, Taylor said she's grateful that Vermont's AG and state lawmakers changed course quickly on the rule. Those changes went into effect immediately after Governor Scott signed the bill on April 26. Live in the newsroom, Devin Bates, Local 22 News.